Derek Maltz is a former DEA special ops agent. He is joining us live now to chat about this. Derek, thanks so much for coming on to make a little sense of this and what we're seeing there at the border. My question for you is this: what impact will the reversal of this deal that President Trump was talking about there at CPAC have at the border?
Well, first of all, we're already seeing it with now they're anticipating 13,000 unaccompanied minors coming to the border in May. We already have 9,000 in February. When you run a campaign on amnesty for all, catch and release, free health care, no more walls, right? Perception's a reality. The world is watching, and they're going to take complete advantage of the weakness. So now we have massive migration, and we have all these issues at the border. CBP and President Trump administration worked very hard during the last 4 years to secure our border by cutting deals with these three countries, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, and putting pressure on them. They started cooperating, working with America. So we were able to curb the flow of the migrants. Now they're tagging these migrants like cattle. We have a situation where Cartel del Noreste is tagging these people, keeping their numbers, tracking them, going to the families, threatening them. We had 19 people killed on the border in January, Guatemalan migrants, because they weren't paying the taxes. So the child molesters, the human smugglers, the drug cartels, they're all making millions of dollars as we're letting them into our country. Right now, we have a policy where we take their name, we release them, HHS says send them to their family in America. So now we have them going to classrooms, we have free health care going to these individuals. So we have a serious problem here. And I hope they turn this around, because it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse.
I'm going to play this for you. The White House press secretary says the Biden administration doesn't want to implement inhumane border policies. Here's how that was summed up.
This is a difficult choice for everyone. But as a mother, as a parent, I'm not going to support, nor would the president, sending kids under 18, some at the age of 11, 12, 13, back on a treacherous trip across the border to face persecution and difficult circumstances in their country.
And that does lean to the humane side of you. But do we still need to understand that there are laws in this country that we still must follow? And does it apply to the folks at the border?
First of all, we must have law and order. Otherwise, we don't have a country, right? So, yes, the laws have to apply. And unfortunately, a lot of these countries, they have very corrupt government officials. So when we're giving them this $500 million, the money's not really going back to the people. It's going into their pockets, right? So that's another thing that has to be exposed that nobody wants to talk about in the news, right? So these child smugglers, the human traffickers, are going to take complete advantage. They're charging thousands of dollars for people to come in from all over the world, as high as like $9,000 now for Arabs and Russians, as an example. So they're taking advantage of the weakness at our border. Now, what really makes me sad is when Trump was in office, they called these facilities like cages, right? Mm-hmm. Now they're calling them facilities. They're trying to change the rhetoric. They're trying to change the perception. But you know what? It's too late. The world has heard Joe Biden say, come on in, everybody, free health care. So this is the problem. It's hard to stop that. These people, some of them are living in very bad conditions. They're poor. They're looking for a better life. But you know what? We have to have a system where we have accountability and we have a process. Right now, that's breaking down under President Biden and his administration. They're not paying attention to the experts that work there, for years on the border, that understand it. Like this border wall situation, right? So now they're getting through these areas where we stop construction. We have like steel laying on the floor, wasting taxpayers' dollars, where the construction companies are now saying this is going to cost us more than if we just put the damn wall up, right? So it's all a game, it's all politics, but unfortunately, it's a national security disaster. But don't forget about the unprecedented level of death and destruction from fentanyl and methamphetamines that's coming in with China working with the cartels. Don't forget about that.
I got to jump in. I'm out of time, but excellent conversation with you, Derek. Derek Maltz joining us live. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.